Hi, welcome to my channel where I'm going to talk about books I've read, books I've tried to read, pretty much anything bookish, and maybe other stuff. I don't know. I don't have any reading friends. I don't have any book friends. So I'm just going to talk about it here, and maybe I'll make some friends here. Maybe not. No pressure. Doesn't matter. You know what? It's cool. I don't need friends, actually. Anyway, the first book I read this year in 2022 was Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. And I knew nothing about this book going into it. I was gifted this, I think it was last year. I've been wanting to read it only because the cover is really pretty and Radio Silence sounds kind of cool. My imagination was kind of running wild trying to guess what it was about rather than reading what it's about because I'm lazy. No big deal, okay? It's fine. This is a story, if I'm remembering correctly, about an anonymous podcaster whose podcast revolves around a world that they've created. And then there's this high school girl who low-key listens to the podcast and loves it and creates fan art for it. Eventually, she gets asked to be the official artist for this podcast, not knowing that the anonymous podcaster is someone she knows. She goes to school with this person. And then, she finds out, they form a friendship, and then there's drama and some romance sprinkled in there. Honestly, I don't remember much about this story. I found it kind of boring, mainly because it reads very young, and I would assume it's a young adult book. I'm not a young adult anymore, so yeah. While reading this, I'm pretty sure that I had stopped reading it for a long time and then picked it up again and then just decided to finish it, just to finish it. I know DNFing books are becoming more common, but I'm not there yet to DNF something where I'm automatically like, I'm not feeling this. I'll try to get through it, and I managed to get through this, and I don't remember much. It took me a while to finish this, actually. Speaking of DNF, the second book that I read this year in 2022 is Passenger by Alexander Bracken. This story, I did not get very far in it, maybe 100 pages, give or take. I really don't remember. I think I read this in February. And I never finished it. It was just kind of boring. It's a travel back in time kind of trope. Travel back to pirate times. I wasn't into it. Didn't finish it. Sorry. But the cover, really cute. The third book I read this year in 2022 and finished is A Little Life by Hanya Hanagihara. And I picked this one up because It's known to be a BookTube challenge read. Apparently, it makes everybody cry. So I picked it up, beefy as this one might be, trying to challenge myself into not crying. When I started this, I was not in the best mindset to be reading this. So every scene that was supposed to be rough or emotional or even just a little sad, I'm just like, oh, they cried here. Oh, they cried here. They cried here? Or is it just me? Turns out I did not cry. That's not to say that it wasn't absolutely heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, fucking tugging on your heart and just kind of squeezing it like Homer choking his son. It was very sad. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong and beyond. Like, I've heard it be described as torture porn. I can see that. About these 4 friends over the course of their lives, but mainly about one of them who has had childhood trauma from a very, very young age to the rest of his life, pretty much. It's just very up and down. It's happy, it's sad, it's aggravating. There are beautiful aspects to this book. And that is the friendship that this mostly main character has with the other mostly main character. Their friendship and their bond is just so strong, so beautiful, and it's inspiring. It was a very roller coaster of emotions type of read, but it wasn't boring at all. It obviously kept my interest all the way through. It was a very complex story, but I didn't cry. What does that say about me? I don't know. The last book that I've read, which is the 4th book that I've read as of July, mid-July, and completed, is Ask Again, Yes, by Mary Beth Keane. This was a very, it was a story, okay? It was a story. It's 2 neighbors, 2 families, okay? They have just moved in. One family tries to, introduce themselves to these newer neighbors. But this family, specifically the woman of the house, is going through some stuff, okay? It's about mental illness and things that kind of transpired from her mental illness. It's mainly about the kids of the household. They grow up together as children. They become friends. And as they get older, like, high school, middle school, they kind of form feelings. The mother with the mental illness does not like that very much. Something happens that kind of changes the rest of their lives. this family, they pretty much fall apart while this family is trying to heal with what has happened. Heal while this family tries to heal from what has happened. Years have gone by. The two kids are adults now. They try to reconnect, and it's their lives from then on. Francis Gleason and Brian Stanhope, rookie NYPD cops, are neighbors in the suburbs. What happens behind closed doors in both houses, the loneliness of Francis's wife, Lena, and the instability of Brian's wife, Anne, sets the stage for the explosive events to come. In Mary Beth Keane's extraordinary novel, a lifelong friendship and love blossoms between Kate Gleason and Peter Stanhope, born 6 months apart. One shocking night, their loyalties are divided, and their bond will be tested again and again over the next 30 years. The House in the Cerulean Sea. This is what I'm currently reading. It's about a caseworker who looks out for children at orphanages, but these kids have powers. And he gets a special... He is very good at what he does. He does what's necessary. He does what is needed for these orphans and these orphanages, you know, the homes. He's really good at what he does. He follows the rules, and he doesn't grow any attachments to any of the children. He claims he loves what he does. And one day he gets this special assignment. He gets this special assignment to go over to this very special orphanage, look into it, to make sure that these kids in the home are being taken care of properly, because they have not heard much from the person running the home. So his job is to go over there in this house full of very special and extraordinary children and kind of... So his job is to be there for a month and kind of inform upper management of all the goings on and if everything's okay, and just report on all their business. Very interesting. It's very fun. I'm probably not explaining it very well, but it's quirky, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting. So anyway, those are all the books I've read. That's the book I'm currently reading. And I honestly wish I had decided to do a reading vlog for The House in the Cerulean Sea, because I'm having a very good time with this one. It's been a while since I've read like a fun book. You know, Radio Silence was boring, Passenger was boring, A Little Life was just complete opposite. Ask Again, Yes. It was a story. This one, I'm gonna have a good time with this. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.